I ran out of conditioner, so let's make some from scratch while I tell you a little bit about how hair conditioners work. And for context, I'm a cosmetic chemist and I make hair care products for a living. So there are three main components of a conditioner that make them work the way they do. So they are called cationic emulsifiers, anti-static agents. You want a generally low pH and a solvent, which is usually water. Everything else is kind of nice to have. You might see things like emollients and all of that might give a certain type of feel to hair, but those other three are the key ones that you want to look at. Hair is negatively charged, and that's why we use these cationic emulsifiers, because they're positively charged. And because opposites attract, those positively charged emulsifiers are going to adhere to hair and they don't fully rinse out. You'll understand the importance of this positive charge in conditioning emulsifiers by trying a regular body lotion that you have at home and try taking a little sample of your hair and placing it over, and there's a reason it doesn't have that same slippery feel. So that essentially is what a cationic emulsifier does. On a label, it would look something like bihydramonium chloride or cetrimonium chloride, or maybe even bihydramonium methosulfate. Those are the common ones. I'm using a mixture of bihydramonium chloride and something called an amidoamine surfactant. And the way amidoamine surfactants work is they are a specific category that become cationic or positively charged once they are lowered in pH with something like lactic acid. That's what I'm using. And it turns it into something called a cationic salt. And what's cool about these ingredients is they give you that conditioning feel without leaving a residue or weighing hair down. The one I'm using for this formula is called stearamidopropyl dimethylamine, and once it's neutralized with lactic acid, it's called stearamidopropyl dimethylamine lactate. This is one of my favorite conditioning ingredients because it gives you that really nice slippery feel without weighing your hair down. Anti-static polymers are a series of ingredients that reduce the buildup of static electricity on your hair, which might end up being perceived as frizz. On a label, it would look something like guar hydroxypropyl trimonium chloride or polyquaternium, insert number here. I'm using a mixture of guar hydroxypropyl trimonium chloride and something called cationic hyaluronic acid. Cationic hyaluronic acid is a positively charged version of the ingredient that a lot of you use on your skin. And because of that positive charge, it better adheres to hair and it helps with giving extra conditioning and also preventing hair breakage. And finally, we have a solvent, which in most cases is water. Now, I'm making a solid conditioner today, so we're not going to be adding any water. And in place of it, we're going to be using cocoa butter and Abyssinian oil. I'm not going to spill that, eek. Which works to kind of help give some substantivity to hair so it has something to glide on. Now, there's other things that you could use in conditioners. People will use things like, plant extracts and other emollients and silicones and things like that just to give a little bit more substantivity to hair. Those other basic ingredients are usually what create the framework for a standard conditioner. The ingredients have been melted down and I'm going to pour one for me and one for you. And there we have it. So this one's a solid format, as I shared earlier. If you want to see a regular cream conditioner, write down in the comments below. And thanks for watching.